DayZ just dropped more information about the new map, and it's gonna be a good one. So here I'm gonna break everything down like an overly excited child at Christmas, just without the weird uncle stuff. If you liked the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Oh, son of a... I think I just painted some fabric. Okay, I'm genuinely curious if you think I've missed anything here. I'm going to cover a lot as quick as I can, but let me know your thoughts because, as I always say, I do genuinely read every comment. Firstly, I just want to touch on the logo, just because it completely threw me. It has a much stronger urban focus than the teaser we saw. The whole visual identity leads into street survival, like a tag left behind by a rebel faction or a last stand of some DIY militia. It's not Middle Eastern, not really. It gives off more Western Desert Rebellion vibes, maybe Mexican border towns, the American Southwest, even a hint of Australian outback. That being said, the colour palette, the erosion, the way the graffiti sets on the background, it's got kind of a Middle Eastern ruin meets urban sprawl energy, like post-collapse Baghdad or a forgotten airbase. So as I said, contrary to the teaser, this does seem to suggest a more urban heavy theme. But it also came with a poem, which was something else that completely threw me, and in true thespian nature, I'm going to read it the correct way. As time slips through the hourglass and the desert winds erase the past, reborn anew, survivors rise where shadows cast. Yeah, fuck you, Will Smith. But what exactly does this mean? Well, as time slips through the hourglass, it's more than just pretty imagery. That's a sun timer, a countdown, but also a shape. So it's sort of saying the map's coming soon, and the countdown between now and the 27th, when we get more information from the DayZ community who were at the DayZ Unite event, that's when we'll get more info. And the desert winds erase the past. That's the big one. This could mean sandstorm. I have also heard a few people say that it's maybe even mechanics that bury structures, loot, landmarks over time. I think the mechanics of that is probably too technical for where the DayZ engine currently is, but I do think that maybe this could be related to that in some way. Reborn anew, which is probably the biggest hint that this map could be Takistan. Again, I'm a big fan of them reusing maps. DayZ came from Armor, and I don't think we should forget that. So them taking the base of other maps and sort of reworking them and doing what they did with Zakal, I'm quite a fan of. It keeps its roots, evolves, but never forgets where it came from. Yeah, fuck you again, Will Smith. Survivors rise where shadows cast. I assume this is just talking about the respawn mechanics, though there could be something with shadows. Shadows in a desert map mean one thing: relief from the heat. So it's possible we're looking at sun exposure mechanics where shade isn't just for stealth, or maybe it's night travel that's the safer option now. Maybe standing in the sun dehydrates you faster, shadows can slow it down. There's a lot of options, but what I do think is quite interesting is the style of everything that they've sort of put together. It sort of suggests the terrain isn't exactly what people thought it was. It could be plateaus, cliffs, canyons, probably abandoned oil rigs, ghost towns, maybe even buried ruins half consumed by sand, not just flat deserts. We knew there were going to be some towns in, there always are, and the towns are usually quite small apart from maybe a main city or two. But here we're talking elevation, choke points, visibility traps, heat management, UV exposure, water scarcity, and possibly shadow mechanics. There is a lot to be excited for, potentially, but there are two very big takeaways from here. Two things that you absolutely need to remember above all else. One, DayZ really tries to pull the wool over our eyes when they tease things. Think about the whole, is it ash, is it snow? Oh, it's both. And two, fuck Will Smith. But if you want more DayZ content, then click this video here, or for something else, click here. And as always, until next time.